I have a buddy at work told me a story tonight, and I I don't know how it came about, but it's about I don't know. We were talking about something. I think we were talking about superhero movies, and Dave Bautista's name came up. Now, I'm not a Dave Bautista fan. I'm not like pro or anti Bautista. I think he's a bit of a beefcake. I never really even take notice of him, you know. But apparently he's a big actor, you know. So his name came up, and my buddy, who's fairly even keyed, you know, emotionally, he got all mad. Like, you could see the fury in his face. He's like, I hate Dave Bautista. If you knew this guy, you know this is completely out of character for him. And I'm like a little taken aback, and I'm like, what? He goes, I hate I hate Dave Bautista. And I'm like, whoa. I said, whoa, Bob, what's up with you, man? What's going on with you and Dave? And he said, I met him twice in my life. And both times he was rude as fuck. He was one of the rudest human beings I've ever met in my life. So I'm like, it's such a weird thing to say, right? For you to be having a conversation and then somebody say, I met Dave Bautista twice in my life, and on both occasions he was an asshole, right? So I said, whoa. And he didn't even want to tell me about it. He goes, no, I don't want to talk about it. I get upset. I goes, dude, you got to tell me your Dave Bautista stories. Like, I've got to hear them. And then he finally succumbed, and he said, the first time... You know your friends that just bullshit, and you know they're bullshitting whatever they say, and then there's that friend who just can't bullshit. You know what I mean? They just can't. Whatever they say, you know it's 100% solid. Well, this guy, you know, he said, the first time I met Dave Bautista, I was working at the airport. I was an airport custodian, and I'm listening, and I'm going, yeah. He goes, I was sweeping up trash on the ground. Okay. I think I might be the only one who finds this funny. He goes, I was sweeping up trash on the ground, and Dave Bautista was sitting in a chair near where I was sweeping, and he turned up and he looked at me and he said, hey, buddy, keep that shit away. I'm sorry, I'm the only one that's gonna find this funny. Dave Bautista looked up at him and said, hey, buddy, keep that shit away from me. Oh my god, man, that's brilliant. And I said, really? He goes, yeah. He was really mad. He said, hey, he pointed at me and everything. He said, hey, buddy, keep that shit away from me. And I'm like, and you were sweeping along. Yeah, he said I was sweeping along the tiles, and it was a load of crap, you know what I mean? Like, whatever, like hand rags and, you know, disused napkins and whatever. And just, like, it was a big pile of trash. And I said, were you near Dave? And he said, yeah, it was pretty close. And I said, Bob, can I be honest with you? I said, I got to side with Dave on this. That's kind of nasty to be sweet. He goes, I got to sweep, man, you know? But you were sweeping all your shit, and you were, like, giving it that. And he goes, yeah. And you were, like, how far away? He goes, a couple of feet. I'm like, dude, you can't be sweeping up crap on the ground next to Dave Bautista, man. You know what I mean? The guy's a movie star. And he goes, well, he wasn't at the time. He was a wrestler, you know? This was years ago. And I didn't even know him from his wrestling days. And I go, I still got to side with Dave on this, you know? You're just pretty fucking nasty. Like, if somebody's sweeping shit near me on a tile floor, I wouldn't have the courage to say it to them because I'm not built like Dave Bautista. But I'm going to be thinking, dude, keep that fucking nasty shit away from me. There's a fucking condom on the ground. There's like fucking debris. I don't know what's it. You're literally weaponizing it into the air. I got a side with Dave on this, you know? And he kind of got mad when I said that. And he said, what's your other Dave Bautista story? And he said, I was working in Walmart a couple of years later. I'm like, and you ran into Dave Bautista? And I said, dude, are you winding me up? He goes, no, man, I'm telling you the truth. I was working in Walmart like 2 years later. And he was still wrestling, you know? And he said he lived in Carrollwood at the time in Florida. And I worked the overnights in Walmart. And he used to come in at night time, like around midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, because he wanted to avoid people, you know? He wanted to get his shopping done. And he told me this was back in 2005. So this is pre, computer, the way we order shit now. You had to literally go out and get your own shit. Unless you had a personal fucking assistant, a PA, you had to go out and get your own stuff if you were like a minor celebrity, a C or a B celebrity. So he said he used to come in at 1 o'clock in the morning, and he was really paranoid that people were going to see him. So he wanted to come in late. And I'm like, God damn, man. Like, if you're a wrestler, you don't want to be spotted. Like, Walmart is like the last fucking place you should go to. But he said he came in to do a shopping, and he stopped me one night and he said, hey, buddy, where's the pet section? And he said he took him over there, you know? And he said he remembered him and everything. No, my buddy remembered Dave. Dave Bautista didn't remember my buddy. So he showed him the pet section. And then 20 minutes later, Dave Bautista was running, and he had all the stuff that he needed, you know. And he didn't have a cart, so he was carrying it in his arms like this, you know. I need a drink. So he's running towards the registers, and he dropped something, a small little object, a really, really tiny thing. And my buddy Bob picked it up, and he started to run after Dave Bautista, and he said, "Hey, Dave." he said, "Hey, Dave," and he said they didn't wear uniforms at nighttime, you know. He was like, "Dave, Dave." And Dave Bautista turned around and he said, "Hey, get the fuck away from me." And then he kept walking, and he said, Dave, you dropped something." He kept following him, you know, and he kept following him through the store. He said, "Man, he dropped something," and he wasn't listening to me. So he said, Sir, you dropped something." And finally he turned around and he said, "Buddy, I'm telling you now, get the fuck away from me." And he left. He paid for his shit and he left. And I'm like, "Bob, I don't mean to like burst your bubble, but I gotta side with Dave on that one too. Like, he's a guy, he's a celebrity. He doesn't want to be noticed, and you're chasing him through the fucking store, screaming at him in the Walmart at 1 o'clock in the morning. Like, I would turn around and I'd say, "Hey, get the fuck away from me, you fucking freak." He goes, "Well, he was just rude. He was rude, you know." So it's just a story. Oh God, here we go again. I'm gonna do this shit every week, man. It's a story that somebody told me. I'm sorry, it's not the most entertaining story in the world. Fuck's sake. You know, I mean, it's easy to fucking just sit there and fucking critique me. You know what I mean? Try and sitting here and doing this, you know? You know? Try and kind of, you know... What's the word again? I don't even know the word. Try and... ruminate, something like that. Anyway, yeah. So it's easy to be you, but it's hard to be me.